and the All Indiana Podcast Network. This is the News 8 Daily 8 Podcast, a Wish TV News 8 update.
Hello, I'm Jeremy Jenkins, and this is your News 8 Daily 8 Podcast for Wednesday, March 5th.
Rakuten is the smartest way to save money when you shop because you earn cash back at over 3,500 stores. Fashion, beauty, electronics, home essentials, travel, dining, concert tickets, and more. Your favorite stores like Lowe's, Levi's, and Nike pay Rakuten to send them shoppers, and Rakuten then passes on a part of that payment to its members as cash back. You're already shopping at your favorite stores. Why not save while you're doing it? It's a no-brainer. Membership is free and easy to sign up. Get the Rakuten app now and join the 17 million members who are already saving. Cashback rates change daily. See Rakuten.com for details. That's Rakuten. Your cashback really adds up.
We begin with news out of Brownsburg, where we are working to learn more about a deadly double shooting. News 8's Colin Bailey reports.
We just got some new information from the Brownsburg Police Department telling us that this shooting occurred just after 2:30 this morning in the 300 block of Acre Avenue. I'll step out of the way so you can see exactly what we are seeing right now. But officers tell you when they arrived on scene, they found 2 individuals deceased from gunshot wounds, and a suspect is in custody as well. Everything else is under investigation, they tell us, and officers with the Brownsburg PD say there is no threat to the public right now. So this is obviously a very active situation still ongoing right now. This is as close as they have allowed us, but again, what we know, this happened just after 2:30 this morning. 2 individuals are pronounced deceased on scene, and 1 individual is in custody. We'll work to get more information throughout the entire morning. But for now, here in Brownsburg, I'm Colin Bailey for Wish TV, wishtv.com, or follow us on Facebook for updates.
And another big story that most of the country is soaking in: President Trump's joint address. Last night, the president addressed the nation, saying what we've seen so far is just the beginning. News 8's Garrett Berquist reports.
Trump said he plans to expand on what we've seen already in his new term, and his speech led to open clashes with Democrats.
Citizens, America is back.
President Trump's speech alternated between that and this.
The chair now directs the sergeant at arms to restore order. Remove this gentleman from the chamber.
Texas Democratic Congressman Al Green was ordered removed. That was the loudest protest, though other Democrats held signs and even walked out throughout the speech. Trump stuck to now familiar themes. He began by highlighting his border crackdown and the subsequent drop in border crossings.
They heard my words and they chose not to come. Much easier that way.
Trump praised Elon Musk and his Department of Government Efficiency for the cuts they've made so far. He celebrated an order banning transgender women from women's college sports teams, something Governor Mike Braun also did on Tuesday. And he credits his new tariff policy with several recent economic headlines, including one right here in Indiana.
Already numerous car companies have announced that they will be building massive automobile plants in America, with Honda just announcing a new plant in Indiana, one of the largest anywhere in the world.
To be clear, Honda already has a plant in Greensburg. The company has not yet said if it does in fact plan to expand it. Trump called on Congress to end taxes on tips and to cut taxes on all domestic production. He renewed a long-standing call for Congress to pass a balanced federal budget, and he announced reciprocal tariffs will begin on April 2nd. In the Democratic response, Senator Alyssa Slotkin called Trump's actions so far reckless. She said Trump's embrace of Vladimir Putin would have President Ronald Reagan rolling in his grave, and she urged Americans to stay involved.
First, don't tune out. It's easy to be exhausted, but America needs you now more than ever. If previous generations had not fought for this democracy, where would we be today? Second, hold your elected officials, including me, accountable. Watch how they're voting. Go to town halls and demand they take action.
Before Congress can act on Trump's proposals, it first must head off a government shutdown. The federal government is scheduled to run out of money on March 14th. I'm Garrett Bergquist for Wish TV, wishtv.com, or follow us on Facebook for updates.
President Trump could also unveil trade deals with Mexico and Canada today. That's according to Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick. A source says that Trump and the Canadian Prime Minister are talking today, and Vice President J.D. Vance is set to visit the southern border. Lutnick says the deals probably won't mean pausing the 25% tariffs on Mexican and nearly all Canadian goods that just started yesterday. Here in Indiana, Governor Mike Braun has signed executive orders restricting transgender women from competing in women's college sports and defining state policies on gender. Braun's order requires that the state officially recognize only male and female genders, ending non-binary gender designations on driver's licenses. He says his other order, banning trans athletes from women's collegiate teams, is about protecting women's sports.
Biological sex is written in our DNA, replacing the scientific fact of biological sex with the ever-shifting, self-reported idea of gender identity has real consequences. Puts women in danger in female-only places like prisons. It destroys opportunities for women in sports.
Critics argue that the orders unfairly target the LGBTQ+ community. Just take a listen.
This has never been about protecting women. If our state wanted to protect women, if they wanted to protect women in sports, they would have been doing things like being certain that women's teams have the same funding as men's teams, which makes it obvious that this is about coming after folks who are gender diverse.
The orders took effect immediately. The ACLU has not said if they plan to take legal action. Let's talk sports. It was an exciting end to Indiana's homestand as they beat the Houston Rockets 115-102 last night. The Pacers started out strong thanks to a three by Tyrese Halliburton from just inside the logo. Halliburton had 28 points and matched a season-high 15 assists. The Pacers travel to Atlanta to take on the Hawks tomorrow night at 7:30. When it comes to college hoops, Purdue took on Rutgers with a shot at locking in a double bye for next week's Big Ten tournament. The Boilermakers held their lead in the second half, Braden Smith passing to Caleb Furst for a slam dunk on his senior night, giving Purdue a 5-point cushion. They kept that momentum going, cruising past Rutgers with a 100-71 victory. Turning now to the weather conditions, it will be a roller coaster of a day. Storm Track 8 says you can expect cloudy, windy, and even rainy conditions with light snow chances later on. Meteorologist Tara Hastings has your News 8 Daily 8 forecast.
We've already reached our high for the day, so bring the coat with you because temperatures are going to drop later this afternoon. We've got some rain, even some gusty winds as well. Live look here at Storm Tracker. We have some rain moving across parts of Indianapolis right now, Marion County, also Hamilton County as well, Fishers, Noblesville, Cicero, Zionsville, Brownsburg, also around Plainfield, even Mooresville seeing some showers. And then farther off to the south, Bloomington, Bedford, across parts of Brown County here, we do have a special weather statement, which means that some of these thunderstorms, or not necessarily thunderstorms, but some of these showers putting down some gusty winds that may reach 50 miles per hour. So some strong winds possible with this particular batch of rain that is continuing to push northward. So we're going to see the chance for some showers early on here today. We'll get a bit of a break and then scattered rain, maybe even a few snow showers later on today. We've got mostly cloudy skies downtown. Cameras shaking just a bit. We're at 50 degrees in Indianapolis. Southerly winds coming in at 18 miles per hour. But these are the wind gusts. Right now we've got wind gusts close to 30 miles per hour in Indianapolis, 32 mile per hour wind gust in the Bloomington area. So a gusty day expected once again today. And like I mentioned, we've already seen our high temperature for the day. Temperatures begin to drop heading into the afternoon into the lower 40s. And yes, we have some snow chances as well. We'll share that full forecast for you coming up in a few minutes.
To get a peek at the full forecast, just head over to wishtv.com or you can download the Wish TV Storm Track 8 app. And don't forget, for a more detailed look at conditions, you can check out our Storm Track 8 weather blogs. This has been your News 8 Daily 8 podcast for Wednesday, March 5th. I'm Jeremy Jenkins for Wish TV, wishtv.com, or follow us on Facebook for updates.
This is the News 8 Daily 8 podcast, a Wish TV News 8 update on demand. For even more, on demand and on the go. Connect with Wish TV on Facebook at wishtv.com and on the free Wish TV mobile app. Thank you for listening. And be sure to like, subscribe, and follow this podcast for updates every weekday morning on the All Indiana Podcast Network and wherever you get your podcast.